Hey, and welcome back to the real stories that's going to help you speak English like a natural. Now, I want to tell you today about humour. Now, you don't think that learning a language can be funny. In actual fact, we're normally mortified when we make a mistake. But this little story will show you how it helps you learn English. So this is a story, in actual fact, about an English lady living in France. It doesn't really matter because we all make mistakes no matter what language we're learning. So she obviously wasn't a very strong French speaker when this happened. She came over to France not speaking the language, and so she was trying her hardest to fit into the local community, and she was doing her own vegetable garden. Now, the old man next door, he'd lean on the fence and ask her, "So what have you got growing in your garden now?" And one day she did have some magnificent pumpkins and she was so proud of them. So she said, "Oh, you know, I have huge poitrine." Now, the old man looked at her and he looked up and down and he smiled and he didn't make any comment, which she thought was a little odd. Of course, they carried on talking. He didn't say any more about her poitrine and she didn't mention her pumpkins anymore. When she came into the house, she looked up the word that she said, poitrine, and realized what she said was she had huge breasts. Yeah, she hadn't used the right word for pumpkin. Pumpkin is potiron. Potiron, poitrine, very similar words for somebody that doesn't speak the language. She was absolutely mortified. Of course, the next time she saw her neighbour, she went over and she apologised and she said, "I'm so sorry for having used the wrong word." And they had a really good giggle about it. And he said, "Oh, you know, I like your poitrine as much as I like your pumpkins." So in the end, it was a very funny family joke. From that day on, she never forgot the word for pumpkin, potiron. And she never forgot the word for breast either, poitrine. Those are two words that she remembered from that day, like they've been set in concrete in her brain. So it just goes to show you that yes, it was mortifying at the time. Yes, we all make mistakes and we die on the spot. It's perfectly normal and it's perfectly natural when you're speaking a second language. And you know what? It doesn't matter because these learning mistakes are what's going to pull you through and make you a real English speaker, because that language is what's going to set in your brain and you will learn it far quicker than any textbook. Learning a language is full of slip-ups. And making mistakes is completely normal. So every funny little mistake is a chance to learn, and it will make you feel more comfortable with the language. Now, if you haven't already, do subscribe and like the video so you don't miss the rest of these real stories and, of course, all my lessons that are now on YouTube. And just remember, it doesn't matter that you make mistakes. What matters is that you continue going forward. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next story. Bye for now.